Hey guys, it's M4J here and welcome back to the M4J Journeyman here on Foot Manager 2018. We are now manager of Mitra Kuka. I'm probably still getting that pronunciation totally wrong. And I keep saying we. Again, I haven't read the feedback from that yet because I record these episodes in advance. So do let me know in the feedback there if you want me to say we or if you just want me to say I. Up to you guys, however I address you. I did play the match off camera, like I said I would. My first match, I made my debut as manager of Mitra Kuka against Pasiba here, and we won 3-1. We were actually 1-0 down after 13 minutes, but then we equalised with Mandoan, who's becoming fast one of my favourite players, out on the right wing. Then they had a guy sent off, and then Mandoan scored again. And then Radeon scored right near the end of the game to make it 3-1. It was a really good game. It was actually a derby as well. So we won the derby, which is cool. We have got our first home game in charge against Sriwijaya FC. And let's get into it, shall we? Let's not waste any time. Now, I've brought some players in on trial that might be worth looking at. So you'll have to excuse me whilst I navigate my way through them to find players that I can actually pick for the team. To be honest, I don't think I want to change the starting lineup too much. Maybe take this guy out because his match sharpness is a little bit low. And I think we might have some better rated midfielders that we could bring in. Although that doesn't seem to be the case. Yeah. Alright, we'll have to play the same lineup then. It's a bit disappointing. I know what to look for in the transfer window now, though. So that's something worth noting. I've sort of looked at bringing some of the old players in for this project. I did try to sign Parsons, but he wasn't interested in relocating. I imagine it's going to be the same story for a lot of the players. So that's fine. We can move on without them for the time being. Backroom staff I've improved a little bit, but not too much. There's just a couple of coaching positions that needs to be filled. I think I need to bring in a physio and a data analyst and a sports scientist I've still got to bring in. But overall, I'm quite happy with the setup. The board agreed to look for a senior affiliate for me, but they did come back and say they couldn't find anyone, which is fine. I think we're at that stage at the moment where they don't quite trust me enough to actively go out and search for a senior club, but at the same time, they don't want to upset me, so they say they will, and then they say they can't find anyone, which, you know, I understand. I've not got a problem with that. I was really looking forward to this game to see how full the stadium would be for the match. And looking at the stadium, the last game looked like a sellout against Pasiba. It was very, very full. This stadium looks virtually empty. It's a 35,000 seater stadium, I believe. And I would say there's probably be 3,000 to 5,000 people here right now watching, which isn't great. It's not terrible, but it's not great either. What tactical changes was it the game making then? I didn't ask it to make any. Alright, good challenge there by David. He's played the ball forward. It was intercepted, although Bayo with the ball now. Mandoan with the lobbed ball forward. Castanheira put it over the bar. He's supposedly my best rated striker, except I had to bring him off in the last game. I actually brought the two sub-strikers on, and it was Radeon who scored the third goal. Apparently he ended a goal drought by doing that as well, so maybe he's the new McGlynn. You never know. I'll have to see. I actually have to see how many goals Castanheira has scored since he's joined the club. Oh, I was about to say that was a brilliant cross, but David was offside there. We seem to be having the better chances. We've had 4 shots, 1 clear-cut chance. They've only had 1 shot in total. So I think, yeah, I think we're doing okay. We should win this. If we do win this, we can go as high as 4th in the league. There's Mandoan who's stolen the ball. Oh, just wide. He looks like a real live wire for us, Mandoan. I need to check how old he is. I've noticed there's a lot of 17-year-olds in my youth team that look like they could be promoted in the next year or so, which is encouraging. It means that the club's got a pretty good youth system. I've also got clubs asking to take some of my youth players on trial for a couple of weeks. I'm letting them do the trials. I'm not convinced that I want the players to leave though, so you know, they can go explore other training facilities and stuff like that. Who knows, they might learn a trick or two. But I do want the players to actually stay in our youth system. But it is very, very encouraging that other teams are having a look at our youth players, because it suggests that they might be worth promoting to the senior team in the near future. But we'll see about that. I think there's a lot more age variation in this squad as well. There's a couple of players sort of starting to reach the end of their career. That's a cracking strike. Is he onside? He is. What a goal by David. I need to see how old he is. He's also got an awesome first name, Septian. Or it might be Seption. Seption. Now that would be a cool name if it was pronounced Seption. But I think it's Septian. Let me know in the comments. Anyone who has any idea how to pronounce Indonesian names, that would be much appreciated. Yeah, this team, I feel like I could do good things with this team. I mean, already we're 4th in the league. If I win my first 2 games in charge, okay, we haven't had the sort of the mid-season slump or anything like that. We haven't had that many injury concerns throughout the 1.5 games that I've managed so far. So there's other factors and variations that might come into play, but at the moment it's all really good. And like I was saying before we scored, there are lots of age variations in the team, which is a good thing as well. I think sometimes if you have too young a team, then when the going gets tough, there isn't anyone with that experience to pull you through it. And then also, if you've got a team that's too old, then you know the pace might not be there, and the willingness to experiment perhaps might not be there as well. Older players do tend to play it a bit safer. That tends to be the reputation they have. You know, if you bring off a young midfielder and you bring on a veteran midfielder, it's always to calm the game down, as the commentator would say. So I like the fact that we've got the good variation here. I think we've got some good rated players in positions as well, which is also incredibly encouraging. Oh, David, that's cheeky. Just side foots it into the bottom corner there. So it's Mandoan who scored 2 goals in the first match, and it's my other winger now who's scoring in the second match. That's good. If they alternate it like that, then that's also pretty good. Good play here by Bayo, and I think the keeper was doing like that keeper in, was it Germany a few weeks ago? By the time this goes out, it'll be a few weeks ago. I think he was looking for his water bottle or something, they said. Probably not a good idea to do a topical joke when you're recording episodes in advance, but hey ho. Right, yeah, Castanheira, I think he has to play in a 2 up front. I'm not sure if he's actually good up front on his own. Maybe that's why he's struggling a little bit, because he played, I think it was a 6.4 last match when I brought him off, and he's playing a 6.5 today so far. That's a shocking pass. Just for that pass alone, I'm going to bring you off. Put Radeon up front. We've got a big squad too. I might look at trimming the squad down a little bit. There are rules on foreign players. I think it's a maximum of 3 that you can have registered in your squad, which so far hasn't presented any problems. I think I'm trying to sign a 4th foreign player, but I'm going to have a look to see what foreign players I've currently got registered, because there might be one that I'll be looking to move on anyway, and so the numbers will balance out again. I will have a look at that off camera. After this match, I'm going to play quite a few matches off camera. I really just wanted to bring this one because it's the first home game. It's on TV as well, which is really exciting. No word about TV revenue or anything like that, which is a bit of a shame, but again, I don't know the rules about Indonesian football and TV revenue, so it could just be the norm. Who knows? Alright, Mandoan with the ball in. Keeper's only parried it. David with the header, and that's his hat-trick. I'm trying to remember, I think the previous manager, I should say, I think he resigned at this club, or he retired. I'm trying to remember now. I don't think he was sacked. So it sounds like this is a good team. They just needed a new manager. They certainly seem to have the ability to push on and do well this season. I just want to check actually, because we're in League 1. I don't know if there's a league above us or not. There must be, because there's Unless that's champions. Might just be champions. We might actually be in the Indonesian top division. Wouldn't it be cool if we could win the league though in our first season? That'd be really cool. We're only 2 points off the top, and we're only 2 goals off the top as well. So there's a lot of encouraging signs about this team. I'm really, really happy that I made the move, because I was doubting myself. Between episodes, I was starting to wonder, have I made the right decision? But so far, touch wood, I'm really enjoying this. And this is a really nice country to manage in. They seem to have got a really good system here in Indonesia. I keep saying it. I mean, there's probably people going, why does he keep saying the name of the country all the time? But it's because I'm so psyched about the fact that I'm actually, you know, I've managed in foreign countries before on Football Manager. I've managed in the Belgian lower leagues, and I've managed in the MLS and the Australian leagues. And I think I managed in Japan once a long time ago. I've never managed in a country like Indonesia before, so it's really, really exciting to actually give it a go and see how well we do. Here's a chance for them. Good save. Good save. Keeper covering himself in glory there. Did a good job. Yeah, I like this team. These are definitely players that I will be looking to take on to the next team with me. I would say Mandoan and David so far are the two that I'm really looking at and thinking, yeah, these guys look good. There's an Australian guy who I think is available on a free transfer, who I might bring in to play up front, either alongside or instead of Castanheira. We'll have to see about that. Like I said, McGlynn and Mullen, they probably won't want to join us out here in Indonesia. In terms of the scout reports, I think they've both been rated somewhere between 1 and 2.5 stars, which isn't brilliant, but then their individual stats, particularly their finishing stats, actually compare quite well with the strikers that we've got here. So it could be worth keeping an eye on them still, because, you know, they're both young. In a year or so's time, they might be good enough to either join us out here or to take on to our next project. We'll wait and see on that one, I would say. Well, that's a good header. It's a disappointing goal to concede, but that was a good header. I might just make a substitution here to shore up the defence a bit more. You can play at centre-back. I'm going to bring you on in place of Sandy, who I think is my captain. Yes, he is. So I'm taking off my captain, who's only playing a 7.1. I feel a bit harsh doing that, but, you know, we probably shouldn't have let that goal go in. It wasn't a bad header, mind, but still. I'm looking at being really, like, hyper constructive about this. Any kind of mistakes in the first few games, and I'm going to pick up on it, because I really want to hit the ground running and pick a team that will guarantee wins pretty much. So it might seem like I'm being hypercritical, but in truth I am, I suppose, because I do want to find the best formula for success in this country. Particularly as at the moment the players don't respect me because my reputation isn't high enough. So being able to win 3-1 like this in my home debut, if I get the fans on side, then that should help get the players on side. And so far we're doing very, very well to impress the fans. You know, two wins, both 3-1. So that's 6 goals scored, only 2 goals conceded in 2 matches. I'm quite happy with that. I would have preferred if we hadn't conceded at all, but I think that's being too critical, really. I think at this moment in time, transitioning into a new formation as well, because I don't think they've played the 4-2-3-1 before. So there are players having to adapt. We've got players that are still played slightly out of position. The 2 central midfielders, particularly, they're not really central midfielders. So I will be looking to see if I can bring in some new midfielders. Yeah, you did really well, actually. I'm going to heap praise on you. He's 22. David's 22. What about Mandoan? He is 30. Okay. So there is a bit of a difference in age, but pretty good players. Bayor is 26. Castanheira is 28. What nationality is he? Do I not have nationality on this screen? That's a bit dumb. He's Japanese. Wow. Okay. How long have you been at the club for? This is your second season. You scored 15 goals in 33 games last season. Okay. So he's got good pedigree then. 63 goals in 180 games. That's a goal every 3 games. Yeah. That's good. That is good. So I'm not going to be too critical of him at the moment. I'll give him a couple of games still to get used to what we're trying to do here. I think it's harsh to criticise any players at this stage because we are still getting to know one another. In terms of scouting players, central midfielders is definitely what I'm looking for. You. Yes, scout you. There's a few actually. If I Indonesian League 1, is there a league above us? Don't know if that button's actually done anything. And now the game's unresponsive. There we go. Okay, so I think we are in the top division. Yes, we're in the top division. Okay. I'm not too upset by that. What I want to look for is the best rated midfielder. Central midfielder. And I'm not sure if there's a way of doing that. Most distance maybe? What position are you? You're a right midfielder. You're my player. In fact, these are all my players. Yeah. You are a central midfielder. Perfect. I'm going to scout you. I'm going to kind of use stats as my my guide here to try and find some good central midfielders and try and bring them in. Let's go back to the league table. So Pazija are top. Pazija. I don't know how you would pronounce that. They must have some central midfielders knocking around that they don't really need. See if I can loan one of them. The other thing, of course, is to use my director of football. Suggest transfer target, free transfer, midfielder. I think I need a ball-winning midfielder. Alright, let's go all roles. No players, okay. Transfer. There we go. Okay, let's start with you. Oh god, that's a horrible colour. Oh, my eyes. I apologise to everybody there. That burns. Whew. Right. We'll get some scout reports here, and then let's have a look at what players we could possibly loan, who can also play central midfield. Got some more here. I won't go into that window this time, I'll just do it from here. And hopefully as we build up scout reports, we will be able to determine what players we want to sign. I was trying to think of the words then. Nationality is something that I need to be focusing on as well. So nation of birth I think is probably the best one. I don't think there is an option just for nationality, because if there was it would be here, and it isn't. So I'm going to do it like that, and then I'm going to auto size all columns, and then before I forget I'm going to export this view as squad view so that when I import it in the future it will be this new updated version. Okay, so this guy is a international is probably the phrase I should be using. I don't want to say foreign all the time because it sounds a bit dismissive. So you're actually, I mean technically you're Japanese, but you're from Brazil. Fair enough. You're Korean. Who's the other? Oh, yeah, Jorge. So if I sell this guy, add him to the unwanted list, we'll sell him for £1,000. Let's try. he's quite old as well. He's 34. So that should get him off of my foreign players list. And then I'll be able to bring in someone new. This is a guy who's also 34, funny enough, that I've just sold for initially an amount. Doesn't actually say. £55 will be added to the transfer budget. Wow. Oh, wow. Awesome. Awesome. How many games did you play for me? 4. Wow, that's a huge hit we took on him as well. You weren't actually starting for me, were you? No, good. That would have been a worry. So what positions can you play? Because I think if this guy, I could move him into midfield and play you as an advanced, maybe not an advanced playmaker, just a central midfielder will be fine. And then if I move you to start as a shadow striker, no, as an advanced playmaker, let's do that. And then you can just sit on the bench as a central midfield option. I'd be quite happy doing that. Yeah, I'll do that. I will have another quick look at the youth team. So we got this guy here who can play as an attacking midfielder. This guy's out on loan, and he's a striker anyway, so that's totally irrelevant. So I'm going to promote you to the senior squad. Put him on the bench for a couple of games, see if he develops. And this guy as well might be worth... Can I put you on the development list? I can. How many of my youth players can I put on the development list actually? Because if I get all of these players who are silver, that does not include you, sir. Like so, and put them on the development list, then they'll all get loaned out, and they'll either become really good or they'll leave, one way or the other. And then the rest of them should be able to stay in the youth team and develop some more. And yeah, we'll see what comes from that. Right, I'm going to end the episode soon. I'm just going to have one more look and see if we can sign another player before the end of the episode. I was going to do 2 matches today, but I really think I'm going to play some more matches off camera. Yeah, I'm not going to register you. I am not going to register you. I might just let you go on a free transfer, to be honest. I'll continue the advert for a data analyst, because I could really use one. As well as scouting, I like to get analyst reports as well. Although I'm not 100% sure if the analyst thing has been fully implemented yet. You are a new guy who's also a foreign player. I think what I might do with this guy is retrain him as an attacking midfielder. Except I can't. Move you to the senior squad first. Now I can. An attacking midfielder, shadow striker maybe. And then I'm going to register. In fact, am I going to register him? How long have you signed for? Until 2020. And it's 2019 now. So I'm going to add you to the development list. I think we're going to loan him out. So he might get a little annoyed that we haven't immediately registered him. But I think we might loan him out, let him develop, train him up as an attacking midfielder, and then bring him back in and play him. That 3 foreign players thing is going to come back and bite me. I can see it already. What's going on here? Oh, these are all the young players. Yeah, none of them are wanted. Who's this guy? Ah, yes, you're also a foreign player. You are South African, aren't you? Yes. Apparently he will be the 2nd highest rated centre-back if he joins. So I'm going to delay it for now, because I would quite like to bring him in. I think I am going to get rid of the old boy one way or another. hopefully someone comes in for him. Otherwise I'll just release him, and then I should be able to sign that centre back and register him, and then I'll start looking at Indonesian central midfielders. So again, I mean they do know that I want central midfielders by the looks of things. They are certainly providing me with some. This guy can play central midfield, and he is Indonesian, but his best position is as a winger. Yeah, I mean this guy's also Indonesian. I need to wait to get the scout report on him. Where's he on loan to or from? Okay, so he's on loan from Barita Putra to Persiba, which is the team that we played. Did he score against? I don't think he scored against us. He might have scored against us, you never know. Anyway, I'm looking at the time. I should probably end this episode here, guys. Although one last thing. What's this? Hang on. Who are you? Are you one of the youth players? Yeah, I think you are. Okay, that's fine. So off camera, I'm probably going to play down here to the Indonesian Cup first round. There's quite a lot of matches in this season compared to normal, or compared to what we've been playing normally. There's 18 teams, so there's 34 matches. And then I don't actually know if there's a playoff. Nope, just looks like it's a straightforward league. Top wins, and they get £165,000. What's our finances like? Okay. Ouch. Okay. What was our attendance actually for that last game? 3,122, and in the one before that, 11,000. So we need to bring the attendance up. There's one more thing I want to look at before we do end, actually, is how long has this team been in this division for? They finished 9th last season, 14th the season before. They haven't just been founded, have they? No, they can't have been. Can't have been. It's okay. I think we're managing a pretty small team in terms of let's go do this really quickly. Okay, never mind. I think we're managing quite a small team in terms of Indonesian football, but I might do some research on that just to make sure. But yeah, I'm going to end the episode here now, guys. So, like I said, I'm going to play lots of matches off camera. Hopefully we're going to have loads of cool stuff to report on when we come back. And it means I can play some Football Manager for fun, actually, which would be quite nice to be able to do as well. So until next time, guys, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and of course if you're enjoying the series, drop some comments down below with ideas for tactics, signings, what league you want me to manage in, what teams you want me to manage, that kind of thing. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, be sure to hit the subscribe button. If you have already subscribed to the channel, thank you guys for your continued support, and until next time, I will see you soon.